You are welcome to Commerce class. So we are still on the same topic, foreign trade documents and means of payment. Last class, we talked about the types of international trade documents. We mentioned 20 trade documents. Talk about the consular informal, bill of lading, bill of exchange, and so forth and so on. So without wasting time today, we are going into the terms and quoting price in international trade. The terms and the way you are going to quote your price, the way you pay in international trade. We have six ways that you can quote prices in international trade. Number one, let's go to what? Cost, insurance, and freight is what is CIF. So when you see CIF, it means cost, insurance, and freight. When you look at this, it is the price quotation. That means what? The price quoted include the cost, the price for that goods that you want to do import or exportation on. It must include the cost of the goods, the freight, that's me, the freight of the goods, and the next one, it must include what? Insurance up to the port destination. So the cost of those goods, the freight and insurance, that means it would have been paid up to the point of destination, but the purchaser will now be responsible for any other subsequent charges concerning the goods. But concerning that goods, the cost and insurance and the freight will already been covered by the person that is sending the goods down to you. So you that are receiving or purchasing the goods will now continue to take up the remaining charges. You take up the remaining charges concerning the goods. The next one is what? Free on board. That is FOB. When you're talking about FOB, this means that the price covers all the costs up to the ship, including the charges payable for loading goods onto the ship. So all the costs, that is what they call it, free on board. All the costs that cover the uploading, the packing of the goods to the ships, and every other thing already be paid for. So that's me. The purchaser will just go there, pack the goods, and transport it back to his own or her own arena. So that is what free on board. When you see FOB, that's me. You don't need to pay any charges again on that particular goods. Now, when we are talking about FAS, that is free alongside ship. When we are talking about this one, that's me. The price quotation that includes all charges used to deliver the goods to the side of the ship. To the side of the ship, not the uploading of the goods into the ship, but to the side of the ship. But it excludes the charges for loading the ship. Why the buyer, the purchaser, will be responsible for the loading of the goods into the ship. But when I'm talking about free alongside, so the seller will just have to pay for the goods up to the point where you are going to what? Receive that goods to the ship. So now the cost of loading it inside the ship and send it down to you, you are going to pay the charges. So that is why this one, the free on board, is quite different from the free alongside. So when you are paying, you have to ask the seller, the owner of the goods, that which one are you going for? Is it the FOB or the FAS? And another one is what? Free on rail. When you say rail, you know that you are talking about the railway. So that's me. This one too includes the price quotation. That means the seller has paid all charges, including loading the goods on the rail. The purchaser will just take over other charges such as insurance from them. So I'm talking about free of rail. The goods, the owner of the goods will help you to transport your goods to the rail. They will load it to the rail, inside the rail. So it's now the remaining charges is for you to now pay maybe the insurance or any other cost or any other charges given to you. So you'll be the one to pay. That's me, the buyer will be the one to pay for the remaining charges. The next one is CF, that is what? Cost of freight. When I'm talking about cost of freight, it means the price quoted covers all the charges, including the freight payable to the point of destination, while the buyer pays for the insurance. It's almost similar to what? To free of rail. But this one is just what? Through either ships or land. So just what? Up to the, so the charges, the payment covers the loading of the goods down to the destination, but the buyer will pay the insurance charges. So, but when we're talking about Franco means the price quoted must include the cost of insurance, the cost of freight, and all the delivery charges to the importer's warehouse. So the Franco will just make sure that they send the goods directly from the site to your warehouse, and all the charges are already been paid by them. So it's not that you are going there to go and receive your goods like free on board or free alongside or free of rate or cost of freight. But this one, they will take it directly. They will take all the goods directly to your destination. That's me to your warehouse or to your store. So that means they will deliver from and to you without any problem. Now, let's go into the next topic under it. We have custom authority. You know what custom authority means, so let's go into the definition. Custom authority is a department in the Ministry of Internal Affairs charged with the responsibility of assessing and collecting custom duties on import, export, and goods produced locally. Goods produced locally. Sorry. Produced locally. So when you look at it, they are a major department in the ministry, especially the internal affairs, that what they do is what? They are going to make sure that all the importation and exportation of goods, that they make sure that you pay the custom duties on them. And they are in charge of, they are responsible for assessing and collecting custom duty. They will assess the one you paid and they will give it to you. They will issue the custom duty to you if at all you have not paid, maybe on maybe you are into importation or exportation of goods produced locally, produced in your home country. And what are the functions? Let's go into the functions, the way they work under this custom authority. Number one, they assess and collect revenue and tariff, even excise duty. So they collect what number one of it is what collection of revenue. They make sure that they collect revenue from maybe on your importation of goods or your exportation of goods. That's me. They are going to collect the revenue. Number two of it is what they supervise the warehouse. The custom department supervises bonded warehouse. We know what bonded warehouse means in our warehouse, where the goods are not being paid their custom duty, where they were kept until you pay the custom duty. When you pay the custom duty, then they will release it to you. So they make sure that they supervise all those goods in that bonded warehouse. And the next one under the custom authority is what? Compilation of statistical records. The department compile statistics on export and import trade, which are supplied to the government. So they have to have all the documentation concerning the goods import and the export goods, so that everything will be documented and they will send it to our government. The next one again is what? They prevent smuggling. The custom authority prevents smuggling and seize contraband goods. So they seize contraband goods, they keep it, and they will auction it out for sales when the time comes. So they have to prevent all smuggling goods. They always stay by the border. They always stay by the border, either the sea border or the air. So they always stay there so that they will make sure that they prevent any smuggling goods. And the next one is what? They supervise foreign trade by ensuring that only licensed goods are imported or exported. So they make sure that they secure and they make sure they ensure that all goods, imported or exported goods, must be licensed. So must get a license for your goods, not that you want to smuggle the goods. Then the next one is what? The custom authority ensures that ban on prohibited goods are enforced. So any prohibited goods that they already lay embarment on, they already banned from the country, they make sure that you don't have access to it. So they make sure that they enforce law on it too. And the next one is what? They provide appropriate quarantine facility for the importation of livestock. So when there's movement of livestock from one state or from one country to another, they have to quarantine those stock first so that they will detect maybe those kind of stocks as can affect or disturb the health of the state they are taking it to. They will make sure that they quarantine them and so forth. Now let's go into the next topic under it, which is Nigeria Export Promotion Council, NEPC, Nigeria Export Promotion Council. So let's look at it, their work and what they can do and their help to us in this our nation, Nigeria. Nigeria Export Promotion Council, NEPC, was set up to assist exporters in the cause of exporting goods and to set out procedure for export trade. They make sure that they are in charge and they do assist the exporters, because when they know that when we export more goods, it's bring what? It's favor our balance of payment. So they have to set up this council to assist us in exportation of our goods. And the council also assists in assessing the performances of Nigerian export commodity in foreign markets. All our goods in the foreign markets, they'll make sure that they check it, maybe we are really performing better. So what are the functions of this Nigeria Export Promotion Council? Number one is trade enhancement activities. NEPC revise and liberate export procedure and documentation to enhance clearance at the port, instead of those people at the border to be disturbing our goods, to be checking and not checking. They'll be the one that will face it, and they'll make sure that they give us a clearance at any port that our goods get to. So they are really assisting to make sure that our goods get out of this country to the foreign country and the trades continue. And the next one is what? Export financings and incentives. NFPC assists in financing export by deciding to make available export finances facility and investment. When they see that you don't have enough money to export your goods, they'll make sure that what? They assist financially. They will give you more money to produce more and to export the goods. And then NEPC also organize training programs, seminars and workshops in export management and international marketing. They make sure they set up an organization, a seminar, to let our companies, the producers, to understand what they can do, what they expect of them to do when they want to export their goods. And the council works hand in hand with other government too, other government agencies, to assist in the preparation of export documents. So anybody in charge of the documents for us to have an easy access in exporting our goods, they make sure that they work ends in ends along with them, and they make sure that our goods is ready for exportation. Then the next one is that the council, the NEPC, establishes and operates international trade information center to provide prompt information services. So when they know that there's any law, anything that's going to happen, they'll make sure that they quickly disseminate that kind of information so that they will know what to expect and what they can do. And this council also, they produce publicity materials to publicize the export potential of the country. By so doing, create awareness for them and the council activities. So they also make awareness to other companies that are still struggling to meet up into the foreign or international trade by exporting their goods. To make sure they tell them why and the needs they have to be into exportation of goods. So they will tell them the reason why. And the next one there is what? NFPC approve export, provide export license and set out procedure for exporting goods abroad. So they make sure that all our exporters get their license on time, so without any delay. And when they're exporting the goods abroad, they make sure that they supervise too, so that there's no be mixed up in their own product. And the next one there is what? The council adopts measures necessary to increase the volume of products from agriculture and industry for export. It gives advice on quantity control, packaging, produce design to ensure that our own goods were accepted and they have a standard of exportable goods. So when you look at it, their work also is to what? To make sure that our export development activities is superb. So we're able to export our agricultural products and the industry products as well. Then the last one here is what? Export marketing activities. The council assists in assessing the performance of Nigeria export goods international markets, as well identify barriers against them, explore ways of penetrating new markets. When I'm talking about those export marketing activities, they make sure that they assist our producer, our people in this doing in this exporting of our goods. They make sure that what is the barrier they are really facing uh, in the foreign countries. So they will look for a way to eradicate those barriers, and they will look for another way to exploit and to move into another country so that they will continue to produce more, and our exporting of goods will really move out very well. And when we are talking about this, they really help because it makes our exportation to move higher and to favor our balance of payment in Nigeria. So as I already said concerning the foreign trade documents and means of payment, we have different times and quoting price international markets. If you look at it very well, you pick the one that really favors you. I talk about the custom duty. They are very responsible in assessing and collecting our custom. So till meet next week, I want us to revise and read. God